What does it truly take to initiate changes starting tomorrow? It requires more than mere philosophical statements and enthusiasm alone. Enthusiasm, which we often hear about these days, is insufficient. Mere excitement won't bring about the desired transformation. You may feel excited about lifting 200 pounds until you arrive at the gym, but then you need a new form of motivation. That motivation is called discipline, a crucial step towards human progress. Self-discipline is another word we should add here. Consistent self-discipline. Without making consistent self-discipline a part of our daily lives, the results we seek will be sporadic and hard to achieve. It takes a sustained effort to effectively manage our valuable time. Otherwise, we'll consistently find ourselves frustrated. Our time will be consumed by others whose demands outweigh our own. Discipline is necessary to conquer the inner voices that plague our minds. The fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of poverty, or the fear of heartbreak. Discipline is required to persist in the face of the nagging voice within us that presents the possibility of failure. It takes discipline to acknowledge our mistakes, recognize our limitations, and silence the voice of the human ego that speaks to all of us. Changing a habit demands discipline because habits are formed gradually, day by day. Once they are established, they act as strong cables, nearly unbreakable instincts that can only be altered through long-term, disciplined action. We must systematically and patiently unravel each strand of the habit cable until what once held us captive becomes nothing more than scattered wires. Overcoming an undesirable habit necessitates consistently implementing a new, more desirable discipline. Planning and executing our plans require discipline. If discipline is the key word in action, then what exactly is discipline? A good answer would be that discipline is the constant awareness of the need for action and the conscious decision to act upon that awareness. When our awareness and action occur simultaneously, we embark on a valuable sequence of disciplined activities. On the other hand, if a considerable amount of time passes between our moment of awareness and our implementation, it is called procrastination, the act of postponing tasks until later instead of addressing them promptly. Procrastination stands as the exact opposite of discipline. The voice within us says, "Get it done." Discipline then says, "Do it now, to the best of your ability, today, tomorrow, and always, until the worthy deed becomes instinctive." Procrastination suggests, "Later tomorrow, whenever I get a chance." It also encourages us to do only what is necessary to get by or to impress others, not to do what we truly must do. In every circumstance we encounter, we are consistently presented with these two choices: doing it now or doing it later, discipline or procrastination. It's a choice between a disciplined life, which bears the fruit of achievement and contentment, and the easy life of procrastination, which offers no significant rewards but leads to mediocrity. The rewards of a disciplined life are great, but they are often delayed until the future. Conversely, the rewards of lacking discipline are immediate but pale in comparison to the immeasurable rewards of consistent self-discipline. Enjoying a carefree day at the beach is an immediate reward for a lack of discipline, whereas the future reward of discipline is owning the beach. Many individuals opt for today's pleasure rather than tomorrow's fortune. To rid yourself of distractions, to maintain focus on your goals, and to adopt an attitude of accomplishing everything promptly, you must diligently work on developing consistent self-discipline on a daily basis. Otherwise, you'll find yourself easily distracted by negative thoughts, negative people, and eventually your own doubts. Never underestimate the power of influence and associations, and never underestimate the power of your own consistent self-discipline. It's easier to stay up late, sleep in, show up late, and leave early. It's easier not to read and instead turn on the television. It's easier to do just enough rather than giving your all. Waiting is always easier than taking action, and trying is always easier than doing. Donald Trump stated yesterday that the decision not to attend a particular meeting had a significant impact on his future. He emphasized that every choice we make, whether to attend or not, has consequences that shape our lives. These choices determine whether we end up lonely and broke or enjoy a fulfilling marriage, whether our children can attend prestigious universities or miss out due to financial constraints, and whether we can support charities and travel luxuriously. Ultimately, our lives are the result of the cumulative effect of the choices we have made. To change our life's trajectory, we need to recognize that it all begins with the choices we make. While we are faced with numerous choices daily, It is the small choices that have the most significant impact. Just as a mosquito, despite its size, can be deadly, it is the seemingly insignificant choices that can bite and determine our success. When asked about the select individuals featured on the cover of Success magazine, it is not because they performed heroic feats or experienced grand acts of luck. Their success is a result of consistently making small, seemingly insignificant choices that have compounded over time. These choices range from selecting a healthy meal over fast food, dedicating time to exercise after a long day, resolving conflicts with loved ones instead of avoiding them, taking initiative to network and connect with others, or making extra phone calls to advance one's goals. These seemingly small choices accumulate and lead to significant differences in outcomes. To illustrate this, consider the power of compounding. Choosing a penny that doubles every day for 31 days would result in 10 million euros, while taking 3 million euros up front would pale in comparison. Similarly, our lives are shaped by the compounding effect of the choices we make. However, despite the simplicity of this concept, many people still fail or make poor choices. There are 4 traps to be aware of when making choices. Firstly, the consequences and outcomes of our choices may not be immediately visible, leading us to underestimate their impact. Secondly, when we strive to change our lives, the change may be subtle and deceptive, making it easy to veer off course. Thirdly, our addiction to immediate gratification poses a challenge, as good choices often do not provide immediate rewards. Lastly, we face the choice between short-term discipline and the long-term regret that stems from making poor choices. To overcome these traps, we must exercise patience, knowing that the compound effect takes time to reveal its results. We need to stay focused on our intended target and be willing to adjust our course when necessary, much like a gyroscope in an airplane. Additionally, we should shift our mindset from seeking immediate pleasure to recognizing the miracles that occur when we make positive choices that align with our long-term goals. By understanding the consequences of our choices and embracing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret, we can make better choices and experience extraordinary results.